We're live. Hey, it's Chris, Homestead in the Hallway. And today we're going to talk about screwworms. We've got a lot of questions about screwworms. They're on the way back, and people are worried about it. So we're going to do this video. The screwworm is a blowfly, but the big difference is the maggot looks for fresh meat. They want living meat. And hence the name, they twist and screw trying to get down to fresh meat. They have a little bigger teeth than a regular maggot. And they will kill livestock if they get in it. It's called fly strike, same as when it's blowfly maggots on dead flesh. Now, I'm going to read you the description of the fly. The screwworm fly is bluish green in color with orange shading below its eyes, 3 prominent dark stripes along its back distinguish it from a normal blowfly. And anyway, they have a 21-day life cycle. 3 to 7 days, they fall out of the womb, pupate in the ground. Normal blowfly stuff, but they go after fresh meat. Now, what does that mean? I guess that's what everybody's question would be, is what does that mean to us as small livestock producers? It means we're going to have to be a little bit more diligent about wound care. When you castrate pigs, when calves are born, you may have to dip nabbles. You're going to have to use some kind of fly preventative. In the old days, they used pine tar. They was smeared over where they castrated pigs. I've heard I've grown up listening to stories about screwworms right there with the boogeyman. So we're a little concerned about it too. But I don't think in reality it's going to be anything to just flat panic over. I think for the bigger cattle producers or anybody that's got a lot of livestock on pasture, it may be a really big deal if you've got so much that management's getting to be kind of stretched thin. But for the small guys like us, I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. You're just going to have to also do due diligence on wound care. And some of this may be a little superstition, but it's something we've always heard. Like, if you trim pigs, castrate pigs, we bury whatever you take off, whatever you amputate. The theory being that the fly finds a piece of an animal it goes looking for where the piece came from. I do know they're attracted to blood. I've always heard they would get around where the blood, on any wet blood. So just keep that in mind. There's several fly sprays that should keep them at bay. And we were going to talk about this book a little bit. This is an old school textbook. It's from 1965. It's the 3rd edition of Livestock and Poultry Production. It has some organic knowledge in there, but it's got some really good stuff in there too. Feed recipes. It's a good kind of reference when you're doing stuff the old way. It's got how they did it back then in it. Some designs for pig pens and stuff. But back to the screwworms. They're on the way up here. I think they might have found some in Texas. They had an outbreak in Florida a few years ago, best to understand. But they've got the fly factories up and going, and they've got the sterilized male flies they're going to release. And they got rid of them one time. They probably will again. It was one of the great success stories from USDA to be able to eradicate screwworms in the first place. And they used to cost thousands of dollars. This book talks about them in depth. They used to cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of losses. But I don't think there's going to be anything to panic about. Like I said, just if you have anything with an open wound, treat it. Fly spray. And before I forget it, if you do have anything that has a fly strike maggot infestation, contact your veterinarian and the extension office. They need to know. They're trying to track them and see where they're at and see what they need to do about it. They're only in the southeastern, hotter areas of the country. So keep that in mind. If you're way up north, it may not be nothing to worry about in the first place. And maybe that'll help you out a little bit. We've had to talk to a lot of people about it. Maybe we'll kind of cover them all in one sweep. Maybe that'll help you, and I appreciate it. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll talk to you later.